Not quorum. So we'll start with council. We keep the volume down. Ruhi, Ariel, we're starting. Go ahead and start with signing the attendance sheets. I think you can pass that around for us. We'll move on to approval of the agenda. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Heather?
I move to start the internal vice president's officer report.
All right. Amy? Oh, Amy. All right. Try.
To strike ASRM, as well as I would like to add a moment of silence after the critical meetings. Unfortunately, we did lose it was 2 weeks ago. Sorry, Sean. I think there's a video on Wednesday or something. So if anyone's interested,
Right. You will do that after. You want to do that after approval of the minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other? Zach?
I move to strike the community service commissioner report.
Okay. Are there any other amendments to the agenda?
given that Marvin is here,
Have we heard if Marvin is not coming? I did not receive an email from him. Does anyone know? All right, we'll just keep everything on, and then if we go on, he's not here, he's not here. Okay. Are there any other amendments to the agenda? Seeing none, can I get a motion? Heather?
I move to approve the agenda as amended.
Second. Second by Ariel. All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those against? Those abstain? To 11-0-0 vote, the agenda has been approved as amended. We'll move on to the approval of the minutes from January 5th. Are there any amendments to the minutes? I believe they were sent out last night. Everyone had a chance to read those? All right, can I get a motion to approve the minutes? Sure.
Approve the minutes as amended because I decided a minutes.
Okay, great. Is there a second? Second by Zach. All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those against? Those abstain? 11-0-0 vote. The minutes have been approved from January 5th. Now we'll move on to the moment of silence. So if everyone can shut their laptops for a moment, we'll take a moment of silence. Thank you, everyone. Okay, we'll go on to public comments. For any public commenters in the room, the first round of public comments will be audio only, so the visual on USAC Live will be turned off. There's 2 minutes for public comment. The first round will be audio only, and then we'll move on to audio and visual, so the USAC Live will be turned on, so you'll see your face and hear your voice. So first round of public comments is audio only. It is 2 minutes, and I will cut you off at exactly the 2-minute mark. Unfortunately, no one will be able to go over. So for audio only. Okay.
Hello everybody, my name is Jackie. I'm with Crawford. As many of you probably know, me and my campaign coordinators for plastic bags, we made an announcement here last quarter about our finance and campaigns that we're running. So for this quarter, we're actually running 2 campaigns, the plastic bag ban campaign and also our campaign for making textbooks cheap. So for the textbooks campaign, we are still recruiting on that, and we will build up the campaign. But the plastic bag ban campaign has already launched. So that one, we have 20 interns, a little more volunteers. So for that, we are working to have the LAC Council to keep the bag ban. Because a lot of plastic companies from out of state, they're trying to overturn the bag ban. And we think that LA will be very influential in showing the support because it's really messed up that money from outside of the state is coming in and messing with our laws. So that's what we're doing. We're going to be collecting a lot of petitions and delivering to the LA State Council to show the student support for the bag ban. And I'd love to talk to you all about it.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll go ahead and turn the visual back on. So next round of public comments is audio and visual. 2 minutes. Start over here.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sajid Cherfili, and I'm with the Pediatric Dance Coalition. As you all may know, Dance Marathon is quickly approaching. On April 2nd, over 1,000 Bruins and many others from different organizations around California and in some cases around the country will take over Poly Pavilion for 26 hours to take a literal stand against pediatric HIV and AIDS and work toward an AIDS-free generation. This year, I have a special opportunity to catalyze the AIDS-free generation that we yearn for as a dancer captain for Team Purple. As a dancer captain, I am responsible for registering and retaining dancers from a number of different organizations, one of which is USAC. I'm here today to A, urge all of you to sign up for Dance Marathon if you haven't already, and B, because I believe it would be a wonderful idea for all USAC offices and their respective staffs to collaborate and make a USAC-wide Dance Marathon. I would be greatly appreciative if all of you, in your respective weekly meetings, would bring up this proposition and gauge interest among your respective staffs about a USAC-wide Dance Marathon team. Alternatively, if any of you are interested in spearheading the USAC-wide DMT, please contact me about it and we can get started. My email address is pac.purple.ucla@gmail.com, and my cell number is 770-500-4537. All right, thank you all.
Thank you. Okay, people are going to public comments. We'll go one last time around the room. Okay, seeing no public comment, we'll go ahead and close at 7:07. Next up, we have special presentations from Luke Shaw and the Bruin Shelter. So to come up front, you'll have 15 minutes for your presentation. I'll let you know you have about 12 minutes left, and then you'll have 5 minutes for questions afterwards.
Thank you, and thanks to all of you guys for hosting me a second time. I know all of you saw this at the very end of last quarter. I guess I also didn't really appreciate that, the big debate that was going on and public comment scored us some huge publicity. But I'm really glad that you guys are here. You're the audience that I wanted to speak to. Just in case you weren't, and for our friends that may not have been at the last meeting, I'll roll through the background pretty quickly. But I think we have a couple exciting updates that I just wanted to keep you all posted about, and wanted to let you know the steps that we're going to take to make this a reality. Bruin Shelter is a project that I'm really excited about. It's something that's going to be happening in fall of 2016. It is a UCLA-sponsored shelter for homeless youths. So to frame the problem, there are about 100,000 individuals who don't have a place to sleep every night in Los Angeles, and 13,000 of those are youths, which, we're in one of the greatest cities on the planet, and this is unacceptable. This is a man-made problem. If you guys have been following the news, the mayor just declared this a state of emergency. The homelessness crisis in Los Angeles is a state of emergency, which is the first time that this declaration has ever been used for anything that's not a natural disaster. This is a man-made disaster. We don't have to live with it. It is fixable. Youths are homeless for 3 different reasons. Home isn't safe, home isn't supportive, or home doesn't exist. Youths who are in this situation may have to make some really tough choices, just to survive the day-to-day. This isn't something anybody from any walk of life should ever have to deal with. Like I said, LA has a huge population of homeless youths, and we're leading the country. This is not a statistic you want to lead the country in. And LA only has 4 youth shelters, none of which are around here. So if you're a homeless youth, you either have to ship over to Hollywood or downtown, or in many cases, you don't even, just rather kind of set out on your own. At UCLA alone, estimates put the number of homeless students between 150 and 200 any given night. If you've ever walked around like the Student Activity Center after hours or Night Powell, you've probably seen the number of students asleep on the couches. That's, there's a good chance that's because they have nowhere better to go, and that's a pretty sad reality. It's a $100 million state of emergency, which shows that the techniques that we've been using just are not working. So that's where we come in. We want to model an organization after Harvard's student-run homeless shelter. They're the only ones in the country doing this. They've been running for the 32nd season. And it's dirt cheap. When you take labor out of the equation and when you take kind of in-kind donations from churches and local organizations into account, you can house many residents for next to nothing. Now, this $20,000 a year for 10 residents is just an estimate for our inaugural season, but as we scale this, we expect it to become much more affordable. We're totally volunteer staffed, so this is a very affordable project in the scheme of things. And I'm a mechanical engineer. I study mechanical engineering, so I don't claim to be an expert on issues of homelessness, but we plan to partner with people who are. So we've done a lot of background work in contacting local organizations like Safe Place for Youth, PATH, People Assisting the Homeless, so that we can get their experts to train us on how best to interact with our constituents. So UCLA is the perfect place to do this. Harvard has set an excellent model, and UCLA is a university with a vast network of resources. Funding, we've got a medical school, we've got a law school, we've got all kinds of people interested in social work, or even just the volunteer experience that this can provide our students, both undergraduate and graduate alike, is, I think, priceless. There have been rave reviews from students who have volunteered at the Harvard homeless shelter. We want to provide that same experience to UCLA students. So a couple exciting updates. We found a location. So we have a church in Santa Monica that has agreed to host 8 to 10 students for fall of 2016 for 3 months to start. It's about 2.5 miles away from campus, so it's not ideal, but we will aim to move this program closer to UCLA as we try to institutionalize it here at our campus. We're filed as a nonprofit 501c3 organization. As of yesterday, we're filed as a registered campus organization through Seoul. And let's see what else. We were on the front page of the Daily Bruin last Wednesday. My co-founder Lewis was in the LA Times last Tuesday. So there's a good amount of momentum. And we just found out that the David Geffen School of Medicine has selected us to be their recipient of all proceeds from their medical school formal this year, which is really exciting. Thanks. Okay, so end brag. We've had a lot of exciting progress, but we still have a long way to go. So I came here tonight looking for 3 things. The first one's kind of already been taken care of. Is Stephanie Wong here? Hi, Stephanie. I didn't recognize you in person. She clued us into some great funding opportunities, some grants that USAC has. Money makes the world go round, so we're just, we're trying to solidify our financial futures as much as possible. The next 2, I come here to ask of the first one, if you guys have any mechanism to pass any kind of non-financial resolution of support or just, anything you guys can do to represent the student body and show some kind of official interest in this project, we really want to take this to the administration and, again, institutionalize this as much as possible. If this is a cause that you believe in and you feel that it would be a good opportunity for undergraduate students, we would love for you to show your interest through some kind of USAC vote that we can then brag to UCLA administration about. And then the final item is students. We need as much help as we can get. It's been about 2 or 3 of us thus far, but now that we have a registered campus organization pending, we want to get as many students in the student movement as possible. So, as far as publicity goes, we're going to be tabling on Bruin Walk. We'll be in the spring activities fair, but we wanted to speak to you guys because you are the student leaders, and that's exactly who we need. So no worries if you're not interested in this, but if you know anybody who might be, we would love to hear from them. We, again, have positions all across the board. There's a ton of different roles to fill. Again, if you know anybody who might be interested in this cause, we would love to take them under our wing, train them up, find them a position that they can be really passionate about. I think history is ours to make. Back in 1984, there was Harvard, and so many years have passed, and there's the potential for us to represent the best coast. So please, if you know anybody, pass on contact information. And I never thought I'd say this in my life, and I don't want to sound like I'm pandering for Facebook likes, but we talked to a number of funding agencies, like external foundations, and the way they gauge an organization's social engagement is how active their Facebook page is. So, if you guys could like us on Facebook, I can't believe I'm saying this, but if you guys could like us on Facebook, it would mean the world to us. You're the student leaders. If you'd like to be, just a champion of this organization, we would deeply appreciate it. This is my personal email, luke.ucla. This is my co-founders. We have a website that you guys can check out, soon to be bruinshelter.com, with a Bruin Shelter email. But any further questions, don't hesitate to email me directly. If you have any questions, I'm really passionate about this project, and we're going to do everything we can to see this through. So thanks again for your time. Thanks for hosting us twice. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Does anybody have any questions?
We came in on the budget for school and had some money left over this kind of community engagement and purview, so if you'd like some funding, I'd love to talk matters as well.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. What side of party USAC are you from? External president. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or? If we're looking at a resolution, what would you prefer to have something like that by?
Anytime that works for you.
Okay.
We're going to open fall of 2016. This is just an ongoing process. Whenever you guys feel comfortable with it.
All right. Are there any other questions? All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
The election board for yeah. Okay, so next up on the agenda, we have the election board. Hi, everyone. Okay, council, so this is an action item for appointments. Since everyone's settled, we'll hand it over to Lindsay, our election board chairwoman. Okay, pass it over to you.
Hi guys, I'm Lindsay. I'm the election board chairperson, and here's my team. I'm really excited to present because we've already been working really hard over break and at the beginning of this quarter and all that, and we worked really hard to find them as well. So I think they're very well suited for their positions, and I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a very cohesive team. So a little overview as to how we put it together. This summer, when I was appointed, I immediately knew that I wanted Shreya to be my vice chair. She was on the election board last year, and what's funny is we actually met on election board, and we actually live within 5 miles of each other, but did not know each other until election board. And last year, I just remember her being like incredibly rational and taking initiative. We're both just staff members, but we both wanted to be at every event, involved in it, seeking advice from the older people on the election board, and I really respected that, and so I immediately asked her, and she said, when we think about it, I actually have a lot going next year. Let me see if I can pull it together. And she got back to me, and I was nervous. I was like, I don't know what to do. She said no, but she said yeah. So immediately from the beginning of the year, I had a really awesome vice chair, and she's been helping me all of fall quarter pull together the rest of the team. We developed a pretty cohesive leadership application that we sent out first through last year's election board and sort of told them, if you know anyone who's interested in the election board and who you trust as an unbiased and honest individual, please reach out to them. And through that, we got a few people on election board last year, Kathy and Yoon, and then some people that we just knew sort of by word of mouth were very trustworthy, great people. And then we also have 2 first years on board that we know are very talented within what we what we see for their role in election board. And so that's sort of how we got this team. I'm gonna pass it along and they're just gonna say their name, position, year, and major. So.
Hi everyone, my name is Shreya Chada. I'm a second year cognitive science major. Yeah, and I'm going to be vice chair this year, or if the appointment goes through.
Hi, my name is Cassie. I'm a fourth year nursing student, and I will be the external relations director.
Hello, my name is Yoon, and I'm your finance director for election board and second year sophomore and at the econ major. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Danielle Fitzgerald. I'm a first year economics major, and I'm going to be the director of the endorsements committee.
Hey everyone, I'm Suman Padhi. I'm a second year business economics and statistics major, and I'm the director of investigations.
Hi everybody, my name is Owen Weitzel. I'm undeclared currently, but I will be your marketing director.
Okay, thank you all so much for coming out and everything. So this is a escalation to the council, so from our bylaws, you don't actually have to vote, so just for good practice, and last year voted as well. So let's start with any questions anyone has for Lindsay about the selection process for choosing who she wants to go to election board. Does anyone have any questions? None at all? I just have a question. When are you looking to finalize the calendar for elections?
So yeah, interestingly, I just learned this week actually that the calendar has to be approved with my UCLA before it actually comes to council. So that's a little bit contingent on my UCLA. But that being said, we're expecting between week 5 and week 6.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, seeing none, can I get a motion to approve that?
To approve the executive committee of the election board.
Great, so second. All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Those against? And those abstained? All right, for 12-0-0 vote, the election board executive committee has been approved. Thank you all so much. Okay, we'll move on to officer and member reports. You can get quiet on the table. So move on to officer and member reports. I'll go first. Mine's super brief. It's just regarding the Student Regent Student Advisory Board position. So for those of you who aren't aware, the Student Regent Audio Vet is putting forward a student advisor position. This individual will work in accordance with the Student Regent and Student Regent Designate, being voted on by the UC Regents at their next Thursday's meeting. It'll be at in San Francisco for anyone who wants to attend. Public comments at 8:30 on Thursday morning. And so I just want to talk to you really briefly. We did pass a resolution about it. So just know that there has been some slight pushback. There has been pushback by the Daily Bruin as well as some members of the Regents. So if you all want to post something on Facebook or share one of there were 3 articles which was the Daily Bruin today. If you want to share anything on that front, please do. It's great to hear student support. And they definitely do notice things like that when they pop up. So I just encourage you all to get informed about the student advisory position. Additionally, I will be releasing, I've created an appointments website for the presidential appointments so we can see who we've all approved and what they are doing now. So I've asked that they submit reports every 2 weeks. And so that website has it finalized. I will be releasing it at either the end of this week or the very beginning of next week. So be on the lookout for that. Additionally, I encourage if you have any position appointments yourself. I know facilities does, the AAC does. Definitely make sure you're updating council about what those people are doing on these committees. So make sure that they're up fully what we've appointed them to. Those are my 2 major updates. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, we'll move on to Mishak, the internal vice president. So next we have the external vice president, Zach Potter.
Okay, 2 things. Touch also on the student advisory. There's very probably a social media campaign that I was organizing sometime in the coming week, and I'll keep you all updated on that, and I hope that we all unify to show support. The issue is very opaque and difficult to understand, particularly for someone that doesn't have a wide base of institutional knowledge about what the board meetings are. So we have to display really strong leadership in terms of asking for this position, because that's one of the strong voice here because we know better, it's our responsibility. So keep looking out for that. Governor Brown announced his state budget. Nominally speaking, we're on track with the deal that was struck last year. Generally speaking, the deal is a good one, given the circumstances. In-state tuition will be frozen. Out-of-state tuition, I've heard rumors that there's discussion about the legislature trying to raise that again. If that is brought up, that's going to be a big effort to shut that down for all kinds of reasons. It's bad policies, bad for our students. I won't go into that. I'm sure I don't have to convince anyone here. But one area now that the legislature feels that they have given enough to the UC in the budget, I want to emphasize that there are programs that clearly still need more funding. One of them is mental health. When I leave this office, that's what I want. My office and this council to have left behind in the state budget is at least the beginnings of moving towards better funded mental health on our campuses. It's something that UCSA has institutionalized in its statewide campaign. And so to that effect, we've been having meetings with the representatives from our district about pushing legislation like that through the budget process this year. And we're using leverage from federal Congress as well, because there's a really comprehensive mental health services bill on the table that we've been working very closely with those representatives on. So we're hoping that by the end of the year, and I may be calling on you all for some help depending on what happens. Hopefully, for California students, there will be better access to better mental health services on. So that's the extra question.
Are there any questions for the External Vice President's Officer Report? Seeing none, we'll move on to the Active Affairs Commissioner.
So everyone should have gotten an email earlier today about essentially the diversity initiative steering committee's diversity symposium. So you have January 22nd to the Facebook event page. So if everyone can get that notification, it's a little with retreat. So hopefully y'all can make that to the morning. I will be serving as a panelist. One of my favorite groups is UCLA Professor which is education, a very highly recommended course. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be, to me, something really cool. Just being able to speak on behalf of what my office has done, as well as kind of what we hope to see from the diversity. That's it. You can reserve, make sure if you are interested in going, you reserve online. The information is on.
Are there any questions? Okay, next up we have the Student Wellness Commissioner.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry I was a bit late. Glad to be here now. Happy week 2. Now all that's out of the way. I do want to highlight one thing that you all heard about in the past, which is the resilience peer network. What is a resilience peer network? You may have heard previously about some sort of counseling system developed at UCLA. And so I have confirmed that myself and as a, for SAC, we've been working with the Office of Campus and Student Resilience, the student affairs to work on a peer counseling system and such. So what it is essentially, the Campus and Student Resilience Office partnering with SAC have come up with a rigid training program to be done this quarter to train undergraduates in things like motivational interviewing, active listening. These people will be trained prerequisitely in mental health first aid, QPR, gatekeeper training, LGBTQ ally training. So the goal is essentially to establish a cohort of peers to be able to provide peer-to-peer counseling support, obviously within limits that are appropriate for peers, undergraduates, non-licensed people. under the supervision of licensed psychologists with interventions from the licensed professionals when necessary. And so the system will manifest itself in partnership with the depression branch office, which we all know a good amount about that. Specifically, the depression branch challenge will be undertaking a grand challenge and essentially screening. There goes 100,000 community members at UCLA. Community members that are screened in with a category of mild to moderate depression, if appropriate, will be referred to the resilience peer network. Students that are trained throughout this whole quarter, and hopefully by spring quarter, will essentially be taking referrals to guide these referrals to use what is called ICBT, which is internet-based cognitive behavioral therapy. So these ICBTs have been empirically studied and certified and supported, and in their effectiveness, in terms of retention increases with the addition of a resilience peer, a fellow peer, maintaining interaction and involvement with this ICBT. So I know this is a lot, like it's a lot of information. I'm just like, okay, what's this, whatever. But essentially, I just want to let you all know that it's kicked off. We're starting the training. It's 2 sessions a week, and this cohort will be going through this whole quarter. And looking forward to starting resilience peer support roles and also maintenance of ICT interaction with referrals of UCLA community members right here on campus spring. So glad that I can run the role. Oh, and I also have another thing. I do want to, I'll save this for announcements too, but this week, if y'all don't know, is Brooklyn Coalition's consent week. They are so busy that I can not fathom what they're up to. But they have events every single day, in the morning, afternoon, in the evening. So it's on Facebook. Once I get to Facebook, I will invite you all. But it's definitely a great opportunity for everyone to realize and participate in different events that may or may not pertain to the office, but that pertain to every single group. So I encourage you all to participate and just see if y'all can learn something and interact with your fellow students. So.
Any questions for the Student Wellness Commissioner? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to our administrative representatives. Roy is not present, Dr. Geller. And the star's not here, Not is not here. Great, thank you. Okay, we'll move forward to fund allocations for contingency programming. Stephanie?
Yeah, so certainly the tech offices first. There are 3 tech offices that applied. That was the planning committee for our winter retreat and the business center study workshop, and the general one and Texas State Senate for retreat. $409 was requested. Bless you. Required and requested, and the planning committee recommended.
Okay, great. Can I get a motion to approve the funding allocation for the USAC offices? Yeah.
I move to approve whatever the project was.
How much was it? $316
into program allocation.
Okay, is there a second? Second by Heather. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move into a vote. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those against? And those that abstain? 1, 2. All right, to 10-0-2 vote. The fund allocations for the USAC EG programming has been approved. Now we'll move on to the other student organizations for the UC programming.
So there were only 3 other students who had applied. They required $2,875.95. We requested $1,313.30, and the finance committee recommended $690.
Okay. Zach?
I move to approve the $690 contingency program allocation.
There's a second? Second by Alia. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move into a vote. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Those against? And those abstain? To 12-0-0 vote, the contingency programming allocation has been approved. Next up, we have the UP Brewing Defenders consent item. So moving on to our internal vice president.
Right, so we're kicking off the quarter strong with three big projects. We have Students for Education Reform. We're working on K-12 stuff in Washington, D.C. They've worked with the White House before, and like very on top of their stuff. Very happy to grant them the defense grant. Okay. Brewing Consent Coalition is working on the Murphy bill, the mental health bill that I was describing earlier. So that's going to be the joint mission with our office and them, but they're receiving Brewing Defenders grants, so they can do that. This is an untraditional sort of advocacy, but it was very compelling. The State Department awarded grants to basically the State Department is clueless how to prevent ISIS recruitment in the United States, and so they've been giving grants to university groups that are creating basically counterterrorism, counter-recruitment programs. And one such group was a group of UCLA global studies students. So they were awarded the initial grant, they developed a program, and now they're one of 6 that are going to advocate for their program in front of the State Department panel, but they have no funding to get there. So they've also been awarded the Brewing Defenders Group. And these, because they're DC trips, will roughly come out to about $13 million.
Great, so this is a consent item, so are there any discussion or objections? Okay, seeing none, the Brewing Defenders funding has been approved. Next, we have the Student Wellness Programming Fund.
Apologize, nothing to report.
Okay. No problem. We have no old business, no new business, so we'll move straight to announcements. Start here, President one. Let's do the long announcement.
A couple of announcements. So today there was sexual violence in military movie screening at 6. Part of consent week, other things part of consent week. On Wednesday, co-programming with CAT. We're on Wednesday. This Wednesday at 7. Really excited for that. On Thursday at 6 p.m., there's going to be Know Your Rights there for essentially the reception room. And also Total Wellness Committee is going to be releasing the 4th issue of Going 15, which is called Be Release on Steam, and that will be digital issue on Total Wellness Magazine website. Friday for Brewing Consent Coalition's Consent Week, there's going to be a speaker panel for neurobiology of trauma at the LTC Conference Center. And on Sunday, we all are still here. If we get back in time, but on Sunday there's going to be hashtag DIY Health, do it yourself health, hosted by student health advocates and OSC committee. And they're going to be in Sunset from 6 to 8 p.m. And so that will be essentially like themed along with the coming of the new year, essentially how to take care of your own health and a caution lifestyle. So also Monday it's going to be Vietnamese culture night, and there's going to be a mental health portion of it. So I'm pleased to announce that all of us will be there taking. So they encourage any other organizations to be present. And so that concludes.
Thank you, Harmon. See, before we move on, Lexi, we'll give a snap update really quickly. So
Sorry. We were talking about
yeah, thank you. All right, we'll move along.
We're showing a walk on Thursday. There will be some stuff. What is it called? The walk.
CSC will be having nonprofit networking night. The event is next Wednesday, Central Bells Grand Horizon from 7 to 9. Our pre-panel and discussion taking place this Thursday already had over 200 people registered. So that has reached capacity. So So it's good to see a lot of people are interested in just meeting with the panel and seeing how to get started in the nonprofit industry. And then again, like I said, the night itself will be next Wednesday, 7 to 9, and you can still register on the community service commission website if you are interested.
Yeah, so the Atlantic Community Posting and Declare Funding Workshop on the 22nd. I know that's a big issue, but I'm hoping it won't conflict or have net news. It's different, accidentally 5.7. And we'll probably either myself or my vice chair Kevin will be reaching out to the different directors, similar to last year. So let me know who else.
Transfer Pride Week is going to be next week, and I just want you guys an update on some things that are happening. So Monday we don't have school, but there is going to be the VRC took care of this, but there's going to be one bus, one cause, bus leaving from here where they're going to be volunteering. On Tuesday we're going to be a transfer resource fair. In front of Woodin, there's going to be like different clubs, different transfer clubs and organizations out there getting their word out, celebrating Transfer Pride Week, and there's also a Windows Photo campaign going on. On Wednesday, there's a bunch of workshops for transfer students. There's one iGrad workshop, so everything you know about graduation. There's also going to be a workshop called Got Talk, and that's going to be led by Alan Lapson, former transfer who graduated, and he's going to be talking about high levels of communication, how to communicate to the next level. And there's going to be a study abroad session and also a housing session, which is the transfer honors. Yes. So, thank you. And then on Thursday, a group of transfer students are going to be leading a True Blue Tradition Challenge, going through a bunch of UCLA traditions.
Great. Look out for student on your social media.
Alright, so, with February, St. Paul Appreciation Month. So, kind of takes your mind off this. So tomorrow we're going to be hosting, I don't know if y'all know, you should go to the fashion show. We've had like brands like Stussy come out for us, 100. So we need models, anybody, come from 7:30 to 9:30. Let me get the graphic real quick so you know where to go. 7:30 to 9:30 at the Hendrick Movement Studio. And then on Thursday, January 14th, from 3 to 5 and from 10 to midnight, there's going to be auditions as well. Ladies, bring your heels, so better work it. And y'all should try to be there. I would like to see some more moms shoulder clothes. Tomorrow is the word on Wednesday, as Marvin has said, is going to be presenting sexual violence in the LGBT communities. And it's going to be featuring Edwin Bodney. So, up to that, our venue changed this year. We're now the Kirkhoff Grand Salon as opposed to the Art Gallery. That being said,
So, if you remember last quarter, we reached some skills program fund for one of our little initiatives. So this can happen week 3, so we pass that little kind of like starting quarter off well and having a wellness. And it's been having, I've been hand sanitizer, some pencils and notepads, stuff like that. So little like selected students. And then our mentorship program is complete. So we have, I think, 24 to 25 mentors and mentees. So graduate students graciously, individually emailed us out and said that, yes, we definitely want to be part of it. So this was all the peer leadership team could do. We didn't have any help from my GSA or anything like that. But they wanted to take the initiative on themselves. They didn't want us to be able to do it themselves. So we got it. January 19th at Carnesville Commons is where we're going to have the kind of launch of the program. We're going to explain to them the curriculum, what's kind of expected and everything like that. So that's all for that. And oh yeah, we want to come to the event. We're not having to people come out and host the event. So where teams don't shenanigans come from. And they're awesome. And we basically like a comedy competition where there's new judges there and we kind of rate based on different categories like sketch, improv, stand-up, and see how they move on that. So that's it for me.
Any questions?
You know, but I think they have like 2 people. I got connections too.
We'll keep going on. Okay, so next week is Fall Appreciation. And so there's that week, okay, I'll promote that. Basically, Tuesday is the job try-on, which is like always really nice. We do a little luncheon afterwards. That's really powerful. Wednesday, we're on Wednesday, which is good training. And then Thursday, they're doing a discussion on being Black Next Day. So this is the trending for the hashtag. It's really important, especially right now, with everything that's happening in the country, to recognize that Black Muslims are the biggest population, and unfortunately, they're under the most attack right now. So super important to remember, and obviously it's open to everyone. It is a form of appreciation. They changed it from awareness to appreciation because should be aware, but to appreciate. And then also, so I was able to speak to Mercury this weekend, and we're going forward with our anti-homophobia campaign. So far, we've contacted all of these groups, and they're all very down. So if any of you are interested in getting involved, we are in the planning phase, and we're hoping to get our certified action done by next week. So again, we are planning to have a day of action march. We're going to have a series of events that we're working with every single artist we're affiliated with. And also kind of trying to have a solidarity rally to understand that unfortunately forms of repression are happening in work. So yeah, just email me.
Next week is the leadership summit, so please fill out the, I've emailed it out 3 times. And also respond to my retreat email, because I want to make sure that you all can come. That's it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about retreat, feel free to let me know. Alright, the Chargers are coming to LA! Woo! Okay. With that, we'll go with the signing of the judges seat. We'll move on to adjournment. Does anyone make a motion to adjourn? Yeah.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second? Second by Zach. All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Those against? And those abstaining? 12-0-0. I adjourn the meeting at 7:49.
Efficiency.
Oh, Zach, you said that you seconded.